Hey everybody, Coach Kurt. So this is another technique spotlight. We're going to focus on the standing double leg takedown, also known as a blast double or an MMA style double. Very popular in Sambo, and how this is performed, especially combat Sambo. Now, before I get into it, you have to understand that the range is very important when we're talking double leg. Are we talking wrestling double leg where you shoot and you go to a knee? No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about self-defense, control tactics, use of force, that kind of double leg. And how I get to everything, generally speaking, is in the clinch range. You guys hear me talk about the clinch range probably about, I'd say 70% of my content at some point talks about clinch range and just how important it is. Now, there are various reasons for that. Self-defense, it tends to be you're out of range, and then bam, you're right in range. And here you see clinch range sparring or clinch range randori with strikes. And in the bottom left, you're seeing a throw or a takedown. It's a hip and arm, head and shoulder throw, and it's outside of clinch range. So now I'm grabbing his wrist like, sir, you're under arrest. And then he throws that punch, and I do the head and shoulder throw. So that is the difference of what we're talking about. The main screen, you're seeing grabbing or clinch range type drilling or randori or what have you. So a lot of my takedowns are from clinch range. Now, again, because I do Taiho Jitsu, this is for law enforcement. Sir, you're under arrest. I grab you, or they grab me, which is very popular when somebody's drunk or angry. They'll reach out and grab my vest, or I've seen that quite a bit. And you want to be able to operate in that clinch range. And you're seeing various takedowns. That was a ankle pick from the pummeling range. Hip throw here, basic hip throw, everything from the clinch range. Now, I have bad knees and a bad hip. I'm 53. My body's been busted up quite a bit over the years from various things. Sports, my job, 30 pounds of gear every day. And I don't like going to my knee for a takedown or a double leg anyway, which for self-defense is common sense. You don't want to smash down onto your knee in self-defense. Ironically, I've dabbled in Gracie combatives, and they go to their knee on their double leg, which really shocked me. A good example of a proper double leg for self-defense is how you often train it for MMA or combat Sambo. I put a link in my response to my viewer who asked more on the double leg, and that was from a Sambo practitioner out of Russia. The guy is a really amazing Sambo coach. But again, back on track for my video. As you can see, everything I'm doing is clinch range, and this is like a rear ankle pick that I'm doing on screen right now, where I maybe did a double under grab, grabbing the waist, and I'm able to get around the back to the individual, taking the back from a duck under or what have you. Everything I do is from that clinch range, and I know that I'm beating a dead horse here by saying that, but his question was ranging. He had a lot of issue with getting to the double leg in range, and that can be accomplished by fighting and taking people down or throwing them from the clinch range. Here's the double leg in question. You see I got the double hook, and I've stepped deep into his legs, deep under. And then I reach down, you're grabbing the back of the knees, just above the knees, and I like to use my shoulder and head in the center chest to avoid guillotine possibilities. I am allergic to being guillotined. I don't like it. So you see my ears to the chest, the side of my shoulders into the chest area. I'm emphasizing that deep step through, going way below their waistline and grabbing. Now, guys, this is an angle thing. You're not just going to pull off a double leg instantly. You have to be at the right angle. Sometimes you've got to, depends on what side leg is forward for them. Are they fighting orthodox? Are they fighting southpaw? And so forth. But here is just a drill, stepping through the legs, going really deep. See how deep I am in that step through. And I'm right behind his knees. I'm dropping below the waist, putting that deep step through, grabbing the back of the knees, and doing that forward bumping motion with my shoulder and my head. And again, I prefer doing it without going to the side of the body. A lot of people do the double leg where they're putting the head to the side of the body. I'm not a big fan of that because of the possibility of getting guillotined. Even if somebody does not know how to do a guillotine properly, it's instinctive to reach out and grab because people are natural when it comes to grappling. People are just naturally oriented towards grabbing and holding on, especially if you're taking them down. So they may grab around your neck and take you down inadvertently, but they've accomplished something that's very important to stabilize themselves. Again, see how I'm stepping through. I'm really deep. I'm going to shoot into the rib cage area. My shoulder is going into the diaphragm. My head is on the heart of the opponent, and I'm scooping right behind the knees, and it's all one motion. I'm stepping through, and here's my opponent doing it to me, stepping through. His right hand is a little high, but it was just fine. It was still a good takedown. I prefer to be just above the knees, not so that your hands do not get pinched in the crack of the knees when they go down. I hope this was helpful. And remember, under pressure, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to your level of training. I can't emphasize that enough. You need to train a couple times a week to do this stuff properly in a combat setting or a real-world setting. Please like, subscribe, and share.
Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out.